Introduction. When the collapse of Lehman Brothers, a successful global bank, saw the world's financial system plummet in September 2008, it took a lot of effort and some huge taxpayer-financed bailouts to help surge the industry once again. The credit crunch was massive, and it caused many people to go through a financial crisis that they had never felt before in their lives ever. It took a long time for the world to feebly recover and gain the financial strength as it does today. The reasons for the crash were analyzed by many economists, and one area where most of them agreed is that if the world had a better insight into economic history, we may have been able to avert the situation or at least reduce the impact it had on the world's financial system. In a very stimulating paper, Peter Tonin explained how economic history was losing the interest of the people at universities. He took MIT as an example, where economic history as a subject saw its highest point in the 1970s, and gradually the subject began to decline till it reached the stage of invincibility, and it was silently removed from the faculty and the graduate program around 2010. However, it was stipulated by a large number of scholars and policy makers that a better understanding of economic history could have saved us from the financial crisis that we faced a few years ago. This created a new vigor among scholars to take up the learning of economic history and help policymakers make stronger decisions. Let us first of all look at the origins of economic history before we begin to explore the different landmarks in the history of economics. The Historical School of Economic History was developed by scholars from different universities in Germany who were guided by Gustav von Schmoller. It was formed in the late 19th century and did not take quantitative and mathematical approaches into consideration. This historical approach continued to dominate the study of the subject among German and French scholars for most of the 20th century. The same approach was spread to Great Britain by William Ashley, and you will notice that for most of 20th century, even the British used historical approach for studying economic history. Economic history in France generated a strong influence to the Annales school, and the influence of this school is noticed in the economic history of the country till the present. Many scholars have argued about treating economics history as a separate academic discipline or not. While some find the two entangled so closely that they are almost inseparable, others find it to be better if economics and economics history were treated as two separate disciplines. The London School of Economics, or LSE, felt that economic history deserved to be studied as a separate subject, and it should have its own course and research agenda. This led to the inauguration of the Economic History Society at LSE in 1926. In the last 2 decades, economic history gradually began to be integrated with either economics or with history, and it taught as a separate discipline only at the LSE till today. The universities of Cambridge, Glasgow, the LSE, and Oxford at present together train a huge number of economic historians who come through the British higher education system. On the other hand, in the United States, the field of economic history has been subsumed into other branches of economics, and at present it has become a part of applied economics. This means at present, there are no specialist economic history graduate programs at any of the universities throughout the country.